Okay, I want you to take a look at these amazing pictures down below for inquiry today. So take a look at them. There's 6 different photos, and I want you to see what you notice and what you wonder. So what do you notice about each of these pictures? Or maybe pick one that really sticks out to you. What do you notice and what do you wonder about them? And then go ahead and share that with me on Seesaw in a video. And then I want you to think about this. All of these images are examples of weathering and erosion. So what is weathering? Well, it's different than weather. I know we've been spending a lot of time talking about weather, but now we're moving on to something called weathering and erosion. And what is erosion? Well, these natural forces are responsible for the shape of our environment. So weathering is a process that takes place as rocks and other parts of the geosphere are broken down into smaller pieces. Erosion is the movement of weathered rocks by natural forces. And the influencer is weather. Okay, so we talked a lot about different kinds of weather, especially now that it's spring. But also weather such as ice is going to be an influencer with weathering and erosion. So weathering and erosion slowly chisel or polish and buff the Earth's rock into ever-evolving works of art, and then wash the remains into the sea. It's not something that can be done without the effects of weather, such as water and wind, just to name a few. Also, humans, animals, plants, they all take a part in influencing what happens with weathering and erosion. We are going to focus specifically on 2 parts, water and wind. The process of weathering and erosion are definitely independent, but not exclusive. And that's just a fancy way of saying that they both work alone, but ultimately rely and depend on one another to get the job done. Weathering is the mechanical and chemical hammer that breaks down and sculpts the rock. Erosion transports the fragments away. So basically, in short, weathering helps make a mess, and erosion comes in and cleans it up. Kind of sounds like things that go on in my house with my kids. They're definitely weathering, making messes, and I feel like I am always sweeping through as erosion, helping to clean them up. So what I want you to do today is I want you to watch the video down below about weathering and erosion, and then a very simple activity today, just as we launch weather and erosion, is I want you to share something that you learned today on Seesaw about weathering and erosion, or share something that you might still be wondering about. Now remember, go into Seesaw and click the green plus button. And you can either add a video of yourself talking, or you can always type on top of your notepad and then video record your voice on top. But let me know, what are some other things that you learned today about weathering and erosion, and what are some things that you might still be wondering about? All right, click next and move on. I think that's it for the rest of the day. You've done an amazing job.